Hey, yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the KillJoy Jake YouTube channel. My name is Meat, as it says on my shirt, and today Meat is going to be talking a little horror. What's up, everybody? Welcome, one and all. How we doing? What's up, fellas? What's up, Paula? How you doing, Paula? We'll be here, can't miss. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Really appreciate you, and I see that you're a KillJoy cult member. Heck yeah, dog. Welcome in. We're going to be talking horror all night long. Well, at least until 9 o'clock. Scott Walker is with us as well, saying, hey, Jake, how are you today? I'm sick and bad with the flu. Oh, that sucks. For the third time in a row? What's going on? That sucks, dude. How Cold and me, all the cast from the Scream movies will be at Stu's house for the 30th anniversary of the franchise. Well, that's exciting. I hope you feel better by then. But wishing you good luck and good health, my friend Scott. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Dawson's Creek is here too, saying, hey, what's up, dude? Or specifically, hi, the more proper version. How's it going, my fishy friend? What's up? RJ Skorenki is saying, so I'm having a great Wednesday night. Let's talk some horror. Hell yeah, it's hump day, baby. Love it. One of my favorite days of the week besides Friday. Lighting Ghost, member for 14 months. Holy crap, that's crazy. The reviews of Maxine are pretty good. Let's go. Dude, thank you for being a member for as long as you have. I really appreciate you. Also, yeah, dude, Maxine reviews are pretty damn good. I don't really know how it stacks up against the other two movies, but I remember it had like an 84%, I want to say, from critics, which is pretty good. Not bad. Pretty solid stuff. I'm excited to see how, again, I'm not 100% sure what Pearl and X's are. Okay, 92%. Fair, 92% for Pearl. I agree with that. It's pretty good. X movie. Throw up the X movie. What is that film? And then X has a 94. Wow. Both of these are pretty highly rated. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I want to say Maxine had like an 84 when I saw that earlier. But let's double check that just to be 100%. No, it has a 91. Okay, so a little less than its predecessors, but not by much. A 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, I'll take that all day, every day. This is a fantastic series, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm so excited to see this movie. If you have not seen X or Pearl yet, I will be covering them on the page next week. I'm very excited to talk about them with my brand new little horror hot take series. I don't know. I love these movies so much. This is shaping up to be one of the best trilogies in horror history. You heard me, ladies and gentlemen. You heard me right. One of the best trilogies in horror history. I can't wait. Maxine coming out in another week here. I'll be there day one. Denisha Lane is with us as well. Thank you for being a member. Appreciate you, and thank you for modding tonight. Denisha, what's up? How you doing? Welcome. Jason Dyer, also a member. Hello, party people. Hell yeah. Time to get riggedy wrecked, my friend. What's up, dude? Scott Walker's talking about how Roger L. Jackson is coming back to the voice of Ghostface. I mean, yeah, come on. Like, what are they just not going to have him back for one of these movies? That's crazy. Remember when they didn't have the same voice for the Saw thing, you know, and it wasn't Tobin Bell doing it? It was weird. In Spiral. I love Spiral. It's a pretty good movie. A lot of people like to shit on that one. I vibe with it. But I will say the voice is weird. It's not the same. Hello, detective. You know, it's all kind of sounds like that. It's strange. So I'm glad Roger's coming back for Scream 7. That's very exciting to hear. Blue Jay Spectre, sup? I thought that said soup, and I'm like, yeah, I can get excited about soup. I'll tell you what. Anytime I go to Olive Garden, soup, salad, breadsticks, ladies and gentlemen. TJ Sanders, thank you for being a member. Appreciate you. Happy Wednesday to you as well, my friend. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and thank you for talking horror. Ooh. Jake Legion, what's up, fella? How you doing? Thanks for being a member. Appreciate you. What's that profile picture? It looks scary. I like it. I like scary profile pictures. Welcome in, bro. Old School is saying, are there any girls Archer hasn't slept? What? I don't know where you're coming from with that one, dog, but what's up? Madison Kasmarski, how's it going? Madison is at the Niall Horan concert tonight, so have fun. Have a good time. And, you know, I don't know. Have so much fun. Drive home safe, but have fun. Ty Lee is saying, some say Maxine isn't a straight up horror, but that's okay for me because Pearl and X weren't full blown horror either. You know, I don't know, maybe this is a hot take, but I didn't really find Pearl scary. I felt it was more like of an uncomfortable thriller, which I really liked about it. Not a bad thing at all. But it feels more American Psycho to me, but with a female antagonist. You know what I mean? Like, and American Psycho, again, horror elements, definitely horror adjacent, but it's more like funny to me. It's more like this is a comedy with like messed up elements to it, right? That's kind of what Pearl is to me as well. I love it. It's great. But it's definitely a little more, I feel like it's a little more comedic focused, all in all. X actually has a few moments that scare the fuck out of me. We watched it. I watched it recently for the screening where they premiered like a clip from Maxine. That was awesome. If you guys haven't seen that clip, I'm sure it's leaked online by now. But it was fun. It's really good stuff. Ryan Swayze saying, "What's up, Jake? What are your thoughts on Halloween 2018?" I actually just talked about that in my video today. I love it. Halloween 2018 rocks. Probably my favorite sequel from the whole franchise. I really enjoy it. I don't know. I think some people aren't crazy about this one, especially recently. Like a lot of people have looked back at Halloween 2018. They're like, I don't know. And it's fine. It's definitely not like, I don't know. It's not one I put on like 100% of the time. I'm going to be real. Really, the only Halloween movie that I'm watching like all the time is that original flick because I don't know. There's just something really special about the atmosphere and vibe of the original Halloween. But honestly, my second choice would be Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, or Halloween 3. Like, I love those sequels to death. Those are so much fun. Halloween 2, it's up there. It's got its problems, but I like Halloween 2 as well. I even like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, as weird as that fucking movie is. But Halloween 2018 rocks, man. I think it's the perfect sequel. It's continuing Laurie Strode's story. We get like a really triumphant ending. And honestly, I wish that's where the trilogy ended. But I do really enjoy Halloween Kills for what it is. Because of, well, it's right there in the title, ladies and gentlemen, The Kills. It's fun. Halloween Kills is probably the most fun movie of the three. But 2018, I feel like captures the vibe of the whole franchise really well. So I love it. Jamie Lee Curtis's best performance in all three movies, easily, too. Paula Fitzhenry is saying, hi, hello. Hello again, Paula. What's up? How you doing? How you doing? Noah Fleck is saying, what's up, Jake? Always love your videos. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, Noah. I appreciate it. I feel really dumb for today's video. I'm just going to own this L. I'm just going to own this L right now, but please still check out my video from today. It's a 1 out of 10, surprisingly, too, which is really good. That means it's the best video of my last 10, so thank you all for watching it, for those who did. I totally forgot about the chainsaw scene in Scarface. And I, like, immediately when I saw that tweet from Damian Leone for our Terrifier 3 update of the day, I was really, mind went immediately to the scene in, what is it, the Clown Cafe, where he's got the machine gun, he's like mowing everybody down, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna do that, but like, it's not a dream sequence. That's immediately where my mind went, thinking about, the most iconic scene from Scarface, of course, say hello to my little friend and all that. So I was like, oh, I'm so sold on that. And I got a comment today and they're like, oh, I'm pretty sure Damien's referring to the scene in the, like the most brutal scene of Scarface. And I'm like, yeah, he totally is. You're so right. How did I missed that? Wow. The chainsaw sequence in the shower, which is literally, it's a shower scene we're talking about, and I'm like, I can't believe I missed that. So my L, ladies and gentlemen, I will own up to that. I might actually do a follow-up video to talk about, because I feel like I fucked up very badly today. But it's okay. That's all right. Still check out the video. It's a lot of fun. I actually discuss, I got into talking a little bit about Art the Clown's use of guns, which I think was a really interesting topic of discussion anyway. So it is still a really good video. I'm still very proud of it. And thank you all for watching it. So thank you. Really appreciate all y'all. Noah Atkinson, what's up, my friend? Saying, hey, Jake. You didn't say, hey, Jake. You said, what's up, Jake? Can't wait to see A Quiet Place Day 1 this Tuesday. It's going to be really good. I hope it's really good, man. I'm seeing it tomorrow with my girlfriend. I hope it's good, man. Quiet Place 2 is a movie that I enjoy. I think it's a fun movie, but it's not quite at the same level as the original, in my opinion. It doesn't have the same, like, heart-to-heart emotional feelings of the original. There's a lot of forced emotions, I feel, in part 2 that don't really hit the same strides as the original. And I'm hoping to see that balance back here in day 1. This one feels a little like, at least from the trailers, I don't know, I haven't seen it yet, but from the trailers, it's giving me a vibe of, okay, this could be a little more like the original if it's done right, One thing I'm not crazy about is that final trailer that just came out yesterday. Like, dude, I know how the movie's gonna end. If you've seen the trailer, yeah, there's the whole trailer is like the third act of the movie, and I'm like, that sucks. So wasn't super hyped about that. I feel like I pretty much have an idea of where this movie's going. They gave me a big answer to a question I had. That's all I'm going to say. No spoilers, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. I know exactly how this movie's going to end now. But hey, I'm still going to watch it. Maybe it's good. The cast is fantastic. Lupita Nyong'o from Us. Remember her? She had a dual role in that. You know, we're all excited to see Mia Goth back. And Maxine, she had a dual role in X. That was sweet. But we can't forget about Lupita, okay? She's awesome. Her Red and Adelaide in Us, oh my God, it's fantastic. Great performances all around there. So she's a terrific actress. I can't wait to see her star in this new movie. Alongside Joseph Quinn, Eddie Munson from Stranger Things, ladies and gentlemen. That's awesome. And Alex Wolff is in it from Hereditary. We also got, I always forget this dude's name. Jimin Hansu, who's also in part 2, which is exciting to see him back for this one. I can't wait, man. I'm very excited for part 1. Part 1's, or day 1, not part 1. I'm really hyped for this movie. It's gonna be fun. I've never been crazy about prequels, but I hope this one's good. Sinister 5.0, what's up? How you doing, my dude? What's up? Or, excuse me. What's up? Sorry, I had a little frog in my throat there. We got it right that time, though, Sinister 5.0. Welcome in, my friend. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, dude. Robert Brunello, what a wonderful day for an exorcism. I feel it, man. Welcome in. Art the Clown for President. I love it. Thoughts on the movie Haunt? Is that the one with Jamie Kennedy? I still haven't seen that one. Oh, wait, no. Is Haunt the Beck and Woods movie? I have seen that, if that's what you're talking about. Yes, no, I have seen this movie. Haunt rocks. No, Haunt is fucking scary as hell. No, this movie's great. This comes from the original Quiet Place writers. They're in the director's seat for this movie. And it was on Shudder, I think. I think that's where I watched this. It's another movie about like a haunted house that's, you know, got some fucked up shit going on and people are really dying. You've seen countless amounts of these movies, come on now. But this one's special. It's executed really well. It's very brutal. I remember the deaths being very effective. I really liked it. I thought the cast was good too. The ending especially took me by surprise. I won't say any more than that if you haven't seen it, but I had a good time with it. I like that one. That's a Beck and Woods movie that I oftentimes forget about. So very good stuff. Marquise, what's up, bro? How you doing? Hey. What's up? Dawson is saying, did you see what Damien posted on his Instagram story? A pic that teased a scene for Terrifier 3. I saw the Scarface edit, if that's what you're talking about. If there was something else, though, I might have missed that. I think he posted a picture of Art the Clown as Tony Montana from The Sopranos, and that was awesome. That was very funny. I do believe, once again, yeah, no, we're totally talking about the chainsaw scene from that movie, and I'm like, wow, did not think about that. That's so funny. But what a silly, goofy thing that is. Yeah, so it's Art the Clown with a pile of cocaine in front of him, as well as Clorox and salt, because come on now, that's kind of his thing, right? I love it. No, very funny stuff. I can't wait to see what we're getting into here in this new movie, man. We don't have to wait too long either. We got just a couple of more months and then Terrifier 3. I can't believe it's here already. I've been waiting for this movie since October of 2022. So I can't believe we only got like 3-ish months really to wait. So, whew, excited. Can't wait, man. We need a Screams 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I need some plot synopses first before I greenlight all that. No, I'm kidding. But I love Scream movies, man. I'm all about it. But they got to be good, you know? They got to be good. You're going to see Falling in Reverse in September? All right. Hey, hell yeah. Enjoy, Christopher. Jake Boss is a channel member. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate it. I like your name. I'm a fan. And I really like the beard as well. Saying, I've been wondering if Roger, for some reason, didn't want to come back, could they AI his voice? But, like, why would they do that, you know? Like, why would they use AI when they could just get another voice actor, Jake? That's my question. I'd rather just someone else doing Ghostface's voice if Roger didn't come back over that. That would suck. That would mean someone's losing a job, right? We don't want someone losing jobs. That's no fun. Isaiah, I think, is that Isaiah? What's up, fella? I hope Scott Teems doesn't write Insidious 6. Ooh, we haven't talked about Insidious 6 a whole bunch on the page recently, so thanks for bringing it up, my friend. You know, me too. I'm sure Scott Teems is a great dude in real life. You know, I don't know, I've never met him, but I've yet to be impressed by some of his writing, unfortunately. Which, you know, it's mean to say, right? It's hurtful no matter which way you spin it. But I'm kind of in the same boat. I hope we have like just fresh people on the new Insidious flick that comes out next year. Just something that isn't what we got in the last movie. That was rough. kind of felt like like Insidious the Red Door was definitely my least favorite entry in the entire franchise. I really like what came before it though, so I'm hoping 6 is kind of like a comeback movie. That would be fun. I'm here for it. It is a brand new story too, with brand new characters once again being affected by forces outside of their realm. So I'm excited to see what it's all about. Hopefully a good new start, brand new pivot of the franchise to try something different. Blair Hathaway is saying Halloween 4 and Halloween 6. Are these movies that you put on often from the Halloween franchise, I'm assuming? I like 4 rocks, man. 4 is a lot of fun. 6, I don't think makes a lick of sense, but I still have fun with it, dude. Paul Rudd stealing a baby? I mean, if that's not entertaining, I don't know what to tell you. 6 is a weird one. Michael Myers is hardly in it, but, you know, I can't even say what the plot is because I'm still not 100% sure, and I've seen it a couple of times. but 6 is an oddball, man. It's a strange movie in the franchise. The editing is very weird, especially in the third act, no matter what cut you're watching. But Halloween 4, man, it's fun. It's a vibe. The mask is weird, but it's a vibe. If we get the mask from 6 in 4, I think we'd have a pretty solid movie. You know, mash those two things together, and bam, we're on to something here. What else do we got going on here? Just watched Kills last night, about to watch Ends again as I like it. Hell yeah, I'm glad you like it. I gotta watch Kills and Ends again. It's been a minute for both of those for me. Kills, the last time I watched it, I watched the extended cut, which is a lot smoother than the theatrical cut. I kind of don't know why they cut so much out of it, especially with like longer movies getting more and more popular. I don't know. Kills was cut down for some reason, but yeah, I really like the extended version though. Solid, a solid movie in the franchise for sure. You're seeing Quiet Place Day 1 Friday night with a friend. Very nice. Enjoy. My Chunky Jordy is gifting a KillJoy Jake membership. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And that went to Juliana Smiler. Very nice stuff. Well, thank you so much, my Chunky Jordy. I appreciate that. Means a whole lot. So welcome to the fold. I'm about to do a big Patreon update video soon. Got to get my ducks in a row first, but it's coming. Erica is saying, hey, sorry I was late. Had some errands to run after work. It's all good. I'm just glad you're here now, Erica. What's up? You're also throwing in a KillJoy Jake membership as well. Look at that. Y'all are so generous. I appreciate it. That went to DJ Plays Favorites. Ooh, very good stuff. What's up, fellas? What's up? Appreciate you. And one more thing from Erica here saying, I watched both Quiet Place movies, and remember I said I didn't remember much of 2? Well, that's because I was mashing both movies together in my mind. Oh, well, there you go. So now you did remember it. You were just like, oh, I didn't realize that's the movie. Takes place right where the last one left off, which is pretty cool. I'm hoping when we do eventually get the Quiet Place 3 film, which, come on, it's coming, you know, like we're getting it eventually. It does the same thing. We pick up right where we left off. That would be fun. And this prequel, I'm also, you know, there's a lot with this prequel that I'm thinking about mentally. A big thing I've said with prequels a lot is I don't feel like they're necessary unless they add something to the story that's already been there. And I actually do feel like this is a rare prequel that is going to do that because we're seeing characters from part 2 from the island specifically attached to the storyline in day 1. So my thinking is that, you know, Lupita Nyong'o or maybe Joseph Quinn, maybe Alex Wolff, maybe one of these characters is on the island. We just don't know about them yet. Maybe they were there the whole time during the events of part 2. That would be cool. That would add something to the ongoing story, and that would give it a reason to exist, and I'd be okay with it. But again, if we're just watching, you know, more characters in the Quiet Place universe, that's cool and all, but I don't know. Do we need that? You know, I don't know. We'll have to see. Once again, all things in time. I'm seeing it tomorrow. You guys will see my review Thursday night, and I'm really excited to see this one. Very hyped up. Jason Dyer is pitching some ideas that I'm really vibing with, man. Alligator, the TV series. Someone step up and refresh this movie. Blumhouse, I'm looking at you. Oh my God. You know, if I could talk to Jason Blum, the first thing I would tell him is, you know, you're trying to get all these IPs, and that's cool and all. You know, I hear you're trying to get Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street and all that. Sweet. Awesome. Of course that's going to make money. But you know what your real cash cow is, Jason? You know what it really is? Alligator, the TV series. I couldn't agree more. Jason, you're spitting facts, man. Someone give this guy a line straight to the Blumhouse people. I don't know. Someone. Make it happen. Jason, thanks for being a member and thanks for hanging out with us tonight, man. I do appreciate you. Nerdy Mastermind is saying Damien Leone said he would love to make a Friday the 13th film. Warner Bros. Will surely wake up and make a new film at some point. Do you think Damien is the right choice? Dude, Damien's a great choice for Friday the 13th. But what I will say is, our buddies over at Womp Stomp, I feel like they've kind of secured their place as someone, right? So, like in the creative seat behind a new Jason movie in some capacity. Come on now. I mean, Never Hike Alone 2 was awesome. It is one of the best fan films I've ever seen personally. And I'm so glad to be a supporter on the flick too. You can find my little name during the end credits there. I really think they should have some kind of say in whatever happens next, in the next movie specifically. But right now, rumor has it, we might be getting something figured out, hopefully sometime soon. It sounds like Blumhouse is trying to work something out with New Line specifically, who does own the movie rights. It's just complicated, right? Because Warner Bros. Owns some stuff. New Line has some shit. I can't remember who has like the international rights, if that's New Line or Warner Bros. But it's like one of the fucking companies. Dude, I don't know. It's that complicated. But I'm hoping something gets unraveled, something gets figured out soon, because we need a new Jason movie. Like, Crystal Lake is one thing. Whatever happens with that, cool. Like, I'll check it out, But what we really need, what the Friday fans really want, is Jason on the big screen killing camp counselors. You don't have to give us anything more complicated than that. It's been 15 years? Over 15 years now. And some change. 15 years and some change. Since we had a new Jason flick, that's what the fans want. Am I going to try to find the Terrifier 2 VHS? Dude, yeah, but I'm hearing that they're flying off the shelves. Not shelf. They're flying off the singular shelf at Walmart. There's only one. It's in Pasadena. You got to drive very far to get there. No, but I really want to find it. That would be sick. I'm seeing pictures of people picking it up, and it looks sweet. So, yeah, for those who don't know, I shouldn't be telling y'all. If you're in the Cleveland, Ohio area, plug your ears for a second. So Walmart right now has a shelf from Bloody Disgusting. Like, they have a whole section dedicated to it with a bunch of horror merch on it. And one of the things is the Terrifier 2 VHS. As well, I believe there's also a VHS of the original Terrifier. And it looks sick as fuck, dude. Like, I'm dying to own one of these things. It would be sweet on the shelf, I think. I don't know. It looks sweet. So I'm a big fan of this. Hopefully I can find it at some point soon. Darth Chosen is saying, I'm going to be honest, I'm getting a little tired of these Insidious movies. They're dragging it out. I think, I will be honest, the last one felt a little repetitive. But, here's my thing about it. I've seen a lot of PG-13 horror recently. Like, I pretty much everything that comes to theaters, your boy sees at some point. I say what you want about The Red Door. It has some scary jump scares. Like, some of them got me. I can't say the same about Tarot. I can't say the same about Imaginary or Night Swim or The Boogeyman or most of the movies that have come out in the last 2 years that were PG-13 horror. Insidious The Red Door did, and that's the one thing I will give it. I gave it like a 5 out of 10 in my review, but honestly, upon another rewatch, I'd probably give it like a 6 out of 10 because it does have some effective moments. I also really like the character of Chris Winslow. She sticks out in my brain still to this day. I think she's a really good side character. It's not all awful. I think painting over the fucking door at the ending is so dumb, and I cannot believe that Imaginary decided that was also a good idea to end their movie that way too. But, I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's some stupid shit in Red Door, but I'll defend it a little bit. So, we'll just have to see. We'll have to see what happens next. But Darth Chosen, what I will say is that if they hit another strike in the next movie, yeah, maybe it's time to call it quits. Because I really do like this franchise, and I'd hate to see it sour. That would suck. Old School is gonna watch Deadpool with a friend, but gotta get fucked up first. Is Deadpool that bad that you gotta get fucked up before it? I loved Deadpool upon watching it, but I will say, like, I think the jokes have kind of, like, gotten a little old now here in 2024. I think a lot of that is just because, Ryan Reynolds is in literally everything nowadays. You can't escape him. I love Ryan Reynolds. I think he's great, but it's like, there's a lot of Ryan Reynolds right now. It's like just Deadpool humor all over the place. It's like, okay. I love this. This is great, but there's a lot of it. Makes me appreciate the things that are underrated. We don't have a whole lot of, because if it becomes too much, then it's too much, But I still love Deadpool. It's still a fun movie, but I don't know. Some of the jokes, just like, okay, I've heard that a million times. Ella, yo, what's up, Ella? How you doing? You're so happy to be here? Good. I'm happy you're here too. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I'm probably going to take some advice from your profile picture there and do a little bit of that after this stream. So old Jake needs a break. 1L is saying Halloween Ends is pretty mid. Why would they bring in a whole copycat, make Michael so weak, and give him like not even 10 minutes of screen time? You know what? I don't know, man. It's a great point. You make great points all around, man. I don't know. I really don't know. It's a mystery. It's a mystery to old Jake, but you know, some people love Corey Cunningham. Hey, that's cool. If you like Corey, hell yeah. All the power to you, my friends. But I don't know. He's not for me. Greg Bruckner, what's up, bro? How you doing? Yeah, you're my favorite ghost face. You're a pile of meat in a fridge, Greg, and that's why I like you. What's up? Welcome in, man. The cosplay of one of the least interesting ghost faces. I love it, man. 1L is saying there's a script for a Friday the 13th movie that was canceled. It's by Nick and Tosca, and it was called Friday the 13th 3D. The script is pretty good. Don't we already have a Friday the 13th 3D though? That's cool. Hell yeah, dude. No, I'm all about it. They should have made it. They should make a Friday the 13th movie. You know, that's where I'm at with it, man. Just something. Give us something. A24 alligator, dude. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't even handle it. That'd be awesome. A24 alligator. That'd be great. I'm not going to read that comment, but the Strangers Chapter 1 comment made me laugh. Very funny. Have they started copywriting Friday fan films like Halloween? Oh, God. Are they doing that? I don't even know about that. Oh, that's crazy, man. Don't copyright fan films. Don't be Warner Bros. And do that shit. I know Warner Bros. Does that a lot with like a bunch of random stuff too, and it's like, what? Like, why? Who cares? Why are you copywriting this? My favorite instance of that though is Meat Canyon getting copyright stricken because of his Wabbit season cartoon, which does basically mean that's canon to Bugs Bunny. So if you've seen the cartoon, you probably know some of the lines, and that's canonically something Bugs Bunny has said now. Which is, you want to talk about ruining childhoods. You know, you guys can get mad at the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey people all you want, but Warner Bros. Did that one to themselves, which is pretty funny. I hope not. That would suck if fan films got taken down for copyright. Especially when the majority of them put a little disclaimer up front and say, we have no, connection to the IP or the people that own it. This is just us, trying to make something about a franchise that we love. JJ, what's up, my friend? Saying Scream 7 updates. Only big update. Actually, we have had a big update recently. Roger L. Jackson recently confirmed that he's coming back for 7 to voice Ghostface. So that's very exciting. I can't imagine a Scream film without him. That would suck, right? That'd be boring. It's like no Ghostface voice? What? How are we going to do that without him? So we officially have another cast member. Kinda. Listen, it's something, okay? It's something. We got two. We got two on the board now, and Courtney Cox is very heavily rumored. She's coming back. Come on now. Courtney Cox will be back soon. I'm just waiting for the announcement. So, oh yeah, Roger L. Jackson, he's back. Confirmed it during some kind of interview. Really exciting stuff though. A Nightmare on Elm Street requel is definitely happening if Blumhouse and Atomic Monster are talking about it. They've been talking about it for a long time, dude. They've been talking about it for some time now. I will say though, I'm hearing people say like, oh, the Lee Cronin script got debunked. That's not apparently a Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm honestly sad, if I'm being real. I'm honestly sad if that's the case. Because, the weird thing about it is they're talking about, unearthing something ancient with this script, and all these production companies are attached. New Line, Warner Bros., Blumhouse, like, oh my God, like everyone is working on this movie, whatever it is. It's like, how is it not a Nightmare on Elm Street? I'm like, what's going on there? Maybe it could be Friday the 13th too at this point. I'm like, something's going on. Something is happening with that script. Whatever it is, it's something really exciting, and it's clearly something that Blumhouse and Atomic Monster have a lot of faith in, whatever it ends up being, because it's supposed to kick off the merger of Blumhouse and Atomic Monster. Whatever that movie is something big. Whatever it is, I don't know, but it's got to be some big IP, right? I really hope it's like Friday or Nightmare, because like, what a better way to kick off a new merger of a company, I don't know. Fingers crossed though that it's something. Ty Lee is saying, I support Terrifier so much. I have 2 DVDs. One is unopened and the standard Blu-ray and the Steelbook. Dude, nice. I have the Terrifier 2 Steelbook. I really, honestly, I want to get my hands on a copy of just the regular 4K because it's got a really sick cover. But the Steelbook has, like, it's Sienna and, like, on the cover and, like, being all badass with her sword and shit. It's kind of sweet. Or not the Steelbook, the 4K, but the Steelbook is also sweet. I got it somewhere. Screw it, I'll pull it out. I'll pull it out, fellas. I shouldn't be saying that. People might think I'm talking about something else. Where is this bad boy? There we go. This is just like the creepy duck art poster, which I'm sure you guys have seen by now. But it is awesome. It's a sick looking Steelbook. So this little poster, which you guys have probably seen, creepy duck art. Credits to him. He's awesome. Very good stuff. And the back cover is probably my favorite part. I'm not gonna lie. Art with the sunglasses. Come on now, that's great. The inside is also Sienna drowning. So I mean that's kind of cool, right? So there you go. Little Terrifier 2 action. Had to get the Steelbook on that one. One of my favorite slashers of all time. The cast for Hard Eyes is heating up. Yeah, Lighting Ghost, remind me of who it was. I saw that come through my feed recently, but I forgot. Someone posted about it, if it was Spyglass on Instagram or something. Kind of can't remember. Oh, Michael Kennedy. It was Michael Kennedy, because he's working on it. Ryan Reynolds' Amityville was ass. It was ass. that was rough, dude. My Chunky Jordy is saying, when's Fast 21 coming out? Probably at some point. You know, they keep saying they're going to end that franchise. Come on now. No way. Not when it's making so much money. Dom Toretto will live forever, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Davey Deathray, what's up, Davey? How's it going? Hey, Jake. Hey, chat. Hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're doing well too, Davey. Thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for being a member too. Means a lot. Ben is backslashing the chat. What's up, Ben? How's it going? Thanks for the backslash. Oh, you said you meant Fast 11. I honestly thought you were just making a joke. I'm like, listen, Fast 21, it will probably happen in like 20 years. Fast 11, I know that they were filming. I want to say they are filming it this summer alongside a new Riddick movie, which is crazy. So Vin Diesel's busy right now. But listen, I will be there day one. Fast X was the most ridiculous movie I've ever seen in the theaters. If you've been subscribed to this channel for a while, you've heard me go on this rant before. It's insane. It's the craziest, most high-octane movie ever made. I don't know how they greenlit it, if I'm being honest. I think the only reason it got made was because 9 movies that came before it, technically 10, made a shit ton of money. But it is silly. It is a silly movie. It made me laugh so hard I was crying. So, a great time. A great time overall. Kyle Scumberg, what's up, Kyle? How you doing, man? Good evening, KillJoy Jake. How are you doing today? I'm fantastic, man. I'm vibing out. I feel I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good on a hump day. I've been watching the Halloween marathon. How do you like the Rob Zombie versions? You know, I have a love-hate relationship with them. I think that the first Halloween, it doesn't really do anything for me. It doesn't really move the needle. It's proof in the pudding that you can show gore and crazy amounts of shit on screen, but it can still just do nothing for you. Like, I just get desensitized to it real fast, especially with the characters all being super unlikable on purpose. I don't know. It's just not for me. If I don't care about the characters, I don't care about what's going on. And it's just a lot of mindless killing and gore. Not a whole lot else happening in that first one. But I will say I like the one version of Part 2 a little bit. It's not bad. I've seen some cuts on YouTube that I even think are better of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, where they actually make the characters likable. And that's the only way it works for me, you know? Like, I can't get into... I don't want to watch a movie with characters that across the board suck. Like, then I don't care. So Part 2, I don't hate. You know, I'm like, okay, that's kind of good. There's some really emotional deaths in Part 2 as well, which hits hard. I think the best scene in both of those movies by far is Brad Dourif crying over his dead daughter. That's brutal, man. It's brutal. Upsetting stuff. Some really good stuff there for sure. But you know, it's not supposed to be a diss towards Rob Zombie, because actually, I love his movies. Like the Firefly trilogy, you know, the first 2 movies at least. It should be a duology, let's be honest, you know? Those first 2 movies rock. Like, so good. House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. Mwah! chef's kiss. Some of my favorites from the 2000s, I mean, from that era of horror movies. I love them. But I don't know, his Halloween flicks, they don't really do much for me. But 2, it's not bad. Do I think that Terrifier 3 is going to be even more brutal than the second one? I'm on the fence about that, because we have Damien Leone saying that this new one is going to capture the tone a little more of the original film, which some people criticize Terrifier 2 for being a lot more goofy or a lot more supernatural. Some people weren't into that. Some people wanted to go back to just the simple story of a clown killing a bunch of random people. And fair, but I think that Terrifier 2 is a major step up from the first one. Big reason for that is because we actually had a story. We actually had characters to follow and care about. That's a big thing when it comes to slasher movies. If you don't have those baseline principles, well, then I'm not going to really be invested all that much. I really do enjoy Terrifier, but man, if that first one was any longer, it's rough. I wish we had a little more connective tissue with the protagonist, and we don't really have that. Like a little bit with Victoria Hayes, but she's barely on screen for the majority of that movie, So I've always said that the first Terrifier is more like Terrifier 0. It's like the prequel film to Terrifier 2, where the sequel is really the first movie. That's kind of how it feels a little more to me. But getting into Terrifier 3 a bit, do I think it's going to be more brutal? I think that the tone is going to be more brutal. Are they going to be able to top some of the stuff that they had in Terrifier 2? That's tough. It's honestly a tough thing. I don't know, because that bedroom scene is insane. Are they going to be able to top that? I don't know. Damien Leone says he can, though, and that makes me really excited to see Terrifier 3. I'll tell you that much. I really hope he does. I really hope he tops it. I hope it's a banging movie, and hopefully goes in a really good direction for this franchise. Because apparently we got Terrifier 4 coming out after this too. So Terrifier is the horror franchise at the moment, the one to be excited about probably the most, at least in my opinion. I can't wait. I can't wait for what comes next from Art the Clown. And the other thing too, he's gonna be fucking dressed up like Santa Claus. That's awesome. That's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a little funny, I think, too. Terrifier 3, I feel like, is gonna be an extension of 2. Hopefully have some even darker and more grimy kills, I'm here for it. And Lighting Ghost, thank you for this. I appreciate that. Devin Sawa and Jordana Brewster are going to be in the new murder. Is it like a murder mystery? I can't remember. From Spyglass. I haven't done a whole lot of research on this. All I know is that Chad Meeks Martin from the Scream franchise is going to be in this flick. That's really exciting stuff. And yeah, Jordana Brewster plays Mia in Fast and Furious. She is also in The Faculty from Robert Rodriguez. Great movies all around. Great movies in terms of Fast and Furious. I don't know about that, but I really do like these two, this actor, this actress. Some great choices here. Devin Sawa, if you don't know, Final Destination, main character from that original movie. Idle Hands, great, very great horror comedy, silly movie for sure. What else has he been in? Oh, the Chucky TV show. Like 1,000 characters on the Chucky TV show. So Devin Sawa's great. We love him. I'm not going to tell that story, actually. Eduardo Martinez, what's up, man? How's it going? Yeah, I think Quiet Place Day 1 will have a connection to Part 3, since they waited to release this one before we have heard any news for Part 3, like casting and filming dates, etc. I 100% agree, Eduardo. 100%. Again, I feel like not only do I want this to lean into the continuity of what's going on with the main storyline with the family, but I also really want this movie to get back to the tone of the original flick. Implement those emotional moments. And I think they can do that with the two main characters who are said to be strangers that meet in the middle of this insane situation. It's a different kind of emotional based on what we've seen in the past. It's not a family unit we're focusing on this time around, but I think that's going to lend itself to some new relationships to explore. And that's a big thing with horror, man. You got to have an emotional relationship to connect to, or it's like, well, then what's the point of the horror? What's the point of going through all that? So, no, I'm very excited to see how it connects to the main story and, well, how our characters get to the island, because that's definitely happening. Anyways, I Like Screamin' Ice Cream is saying, my least favorite Ghostface is Roman Bridger. Ooh, don't say, I Like Screamin' Ice Cream, don't say that too loud. There's a fella who hangs out in these chats who's a big Roman Bridger stan. A stan of the character, one might say. I wonder if they're here tonight. Ooh. But your least favorite is Roman Bridger. He's whiny, hate his motive, hate the reveal. Sydney didn't even know who bro was, and hated he's the one who told Billy about what Maureen Prescott did. Yeah, I'm not crazy about it either. I mean, you know, respect to Roman for doing it by himself. That's awesome. That's cool. But I've never been crazy about his motive. I like the performance in the third act, though. That's my one big positive I'll give to Roman. Him and Sydney's fight is pretty fucking cool. But I'm with you in terms of his motive and his reveal. I feel like he's kind of obvious at a certain point, too. Like, I don't know. The mystery in 3 doesn't really do much for me, but I think the scene that really gives him away is when he's being all suspicious to the cops, like on the set a little later, after everyone starts dying. I'm like, it's him. Like, yeah, of course it's him. Of course it's the director of the Stab movie. So I don't know. The reveal's never really done anything for me, or the motive, which is like, that's the two big things about Ghostface, right? I will say I think it's cool that he kills our stand-in producer character, who's totally supposed to be Harvey Weinstein. That's cool. I appreciate that about Roman. Good on you for killing that character, who's probably the most evil character in Scream 3, if I'm being real. But I don't know. Mixed feelings about Roman for sure. Jake, have you seen the Superman suit leaked images, and what's your thoughts? That's happening 30 minutes away from me right now, and I'm so sad I'm not somewhat... I wish I was a part of that, you know? Like, it's happening like that way. Like, I could drive there right now and hang out with David Corenswet and James Gunn, probably. Makes me sad. Yeah, they're filming this movie in my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio right now. Like, and all the images are coming out. It's super exciting stuff. I got to go up there and check it out at some point, because it's so exciting. We have one of the biggest superhero movies that is highly anticipated being filmed right here in our state. I don't hate the Superman suit. I think some people are really losing their minds about it, but you got to remember they're going to do VFX and all that shit on it, just like how they did with the Spider-Man suit. And we had pretty much the same thoughts about that when those images came out first too. So I don't know. I kind of want to wait until I see the first trailer to really give you my thoughts 100%, but overall I don't hate it. It looks like a plastic suit right now, but again, after some VFX, after post, I'm sure it's going to look a lot better. I love David Corenswet in the role, by the way. I think he was terrific in Pearl, and he looks so much like Superman. I think he's a great casting choice, so can't wait to see what he does in this movie. The first one was just Art running around chasing the girl for most of the movie. Yeah, I mean, it had some excellent kills, though. I really do enjoy the first Terrifier. And here's my other thing, too. The first time I saw it, I'm like, this movie needs to step up in the sequel. And it can. It's got a lot of very obvious room for improvement. But after I saw Terrifier 2, which is like, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. Like, I love this movie so much. I think I appreciate Terrifier 1 a lot more now. Because the one thing I think Terrifier has over T2 is the tone, which I totally see why Damien wants to bring that back for Terrifier 3. The one thing I like about Terrifier 1 more is that it has that same feeling of when you're watching like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Evil Dead, where it's like, I don't think I should be watching this. Like, it feels wrong, you know? It's like, ooh, I don't like the way that I feel watching this. Like, I'm uncomfortable. Where, you know, as opposed to Terrifier 2, I'm laughing. You know, I'm having a fun time with Art. I feel like Terrifier 2, like, you're along for the ride. You're sitting in the passenger seat right next to Art the Clown, having the fucking best Saturday night of your life. You know what I mean? But obviously murder is involved, and that's fucked up, and that makes it really insane and fun. But I think with Terrifier 1, I have different feelings about Art the Clown. Like, I'm scared of him, you know? In T2, I'm almost put in the driver's seat right alongside him. So that's what I feel the difference is between 1 and 2. That's why I think you have some people like coming out of the woodworks right now saying, I think I like Terrifier 1 more. And it's hard to argue with that, because I get it. Like, I get why you like that feeling a little more opposed to what's going on in T2. But I really do like both films. I respect them both for what they did, being totally different flicks. So who wins the fight, Art the Clown versus Ghostface from Scary Movie? Art the Clown, easy, bro. What? 1L is saying, I hope they have a few kills in the snow. The blood in the snow would look awesome. They got to, dude. Come on now. We've seen that a few times in other movies, but in Terrifier, it would be really cool. One thing I will say about this is I have yet to see a behind-the-scenes picture of snow. Like, nothing from Terrifier that's snowy. Which I'm like, I would actually be a little sad if there was no Art the Clown kill outside in the snow. Hopefully they got something in there. Do you think Matthew Lillard would be a good mug? Like a coffee mug? Like, that you drink out of? Like his face is a coffee mug? You know, that would be kind of scary. Like, it's one thing to get a coffee mug of, you know, like an icon, like a Leatherface coffee cup, but like just Matthew Lillard's face. I mean, run it, man. Listen, run it back. Someone would buy it. Enough people like Matthew Lillard that some people would buy it. It's just an odd choice. That's all I'm saying. It's interesting. It's interesting. I agree with you in RZ's H2. Danielle and Brad were brilliant in it. Yes. Put Danielle Harris and Brad Dourif back in Halloween movies. For the love of God. That would be awesome. Can't wait for Longlegs. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm excited for Longlegs, dude. Yeah, no, I'm very hyped up for Longlegs. Oh, and guys, ladies and gentlemen, I'm 45 minutes into this, and I totally forgot a big thing I wanted to say with today's stream. I was going to start it off, and I totally forgot. Thank you for 25,000 subscribers. Oh my God. Like, that just happened. Isn't that crazy? And thank you, Dreaming Insomniacs, for reminding me. I just saw that, and I'm like, I completely forgot. Lighting Ghost, we're getting back to Longlegs here in a second. But yes, Joe, thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you for subscribing to this page. It's insane. I'm over the moon about it. I've been meaning to make like some kind of video talking about it. I'm like, I can't even believe this. Quarter of the way to 100,000. That's nuts. I really didn't think I'd get this far, if I'm being real. So thank you. Thank you all so much. I don't know. It's crazy. I'm almost at like 25,000.1 too. So thank you. Thank you all for subscribing. Thanks for all supporting this page and making my dreams come true. So it's crazy. It's crazy stuff, man. It's been a weird year, but a very good year nonetheless. Okay. But back to Longlegs, because there's a lot of exciting stuff to talk about regarding horror. Longlegs looks good. Yes, it does. I'm so excited for Longlegs. What I will say, though, is, you know, let's not get overhyped now. We have a lot of people coming out of the woodworks who have seen the movie early and are saying very positive things about it. This is great, of course, but I do feel like we're stepping into overhyping territory, you know, and I don't want to get overhyped for this movie because I'm already reading some of the early reviews and I'm like, this sounds like it's going to be the best horror movie ever, when, you know, realistically, it's probably going to be an awesome Silence of the Lambs style, you know, mystery movie with some really fucking scary moments, I'm sure. But, you know, I don't like to, whenever I go into a movie that's like crazy hyped and like, oh, it's going to be the best thing ever, I always walk out of it feeling like, I don't know. It just wasn't that, you know, it wasn't the best horror movie ever. I remember that happened to me with When Evil Lurks. Not only did I get a big scene spoiled for it, the dog, for those who haven't seen it, I had that spoiled, and then on top of that, everyone was like, When Evil Lurks is the best movie ever made, dude. You gotta watch it. And it's great. It's an excellent horror flick, one of the better international movies made, but I definitely had it a little overhyped, which I think affected my viewing experience. So check out Longlegs, but don't get overhyped. You know what I mean? Enjoy it for what it is and have a fun time with it, and then go check it out. But I'm very excited for it. It's Nicolas Cage playing a fucking crazy serial killer, you know, Buffalo Bill style. I can't wait. I'm here for it. Micah Monroe too is so good in everything she's in. If it's It Follows, Watcher? Is that what that movie's called? I always forget. There's so many watching movie titles that I always forget that the Chloe Okuno movie, but that's an excellent flick that she leads. She's also so good in Under the Silver Lake in a smaller role, but also a very, very good performance from her there. Really, those are my, I think that's all I've seen with her in it, if I'm being real. But she's awesome in all three of those. Can't wait to see her in this new movie. And They Follow, the sequel to It Follows. So Longlegs is gonna rock. The marketing has also been so scary, it made me poop my pants. Let's catch up with the chat a little bit here. Joe saying, I think I'm going to give you a shout out on the radio next week when I'm interview Jake. Thank you. I appreciate that. Been here since your first 100 subs. Well, dude, thanks. It's been a long time since then, and I just appreciate you supporting me. So thank you so much, man. It's been a very fun, almost 5 years doing this. Holy shit. Technically 5 years in August, but I had to restart the page because I remember when I first started doing this, I got like a weird letter from YouTube. My first month of doing KillJoy Jake, and they were like, your channel's demonetized forever because you swore in one video. And I'm like, what? So I was like, okay, fuck this, I'm restarting. So I deleted the channel, and this is the one that I started back in September. It's been a tough 5 years, but we're rocking and rolling. We're making it happen. Just gotta keep going, man. Just gotta keep going. Ella's saying, I just cannot believe Lupita Nyong'o's boyfriend is Pacey from Dawson's Creek. I've never seen Dawson's Creek. I did not know that. That's very cool. I love her. She's great. This year could be better than we think. It wasn't a great start, that's for sure. Dude, starting off with Night Swim and Founders Day. Oh, man. I remember when Lisa Frankenstein came out, and I was like, thank God we finally have something good that's horror adjacent. Dear God. January was rough this year. But yeah, Ty, we had a rough start, that's for sure. But I feel like, you know, this first half of the year was slow to get into. You know, a few gems here and there, for sure. But now we're starting to get into the really, like, hyped up stuff that we've been excited for all year. And that pretty much starts, like, this week, man. I mean, I'm really hyped for A Quiet Place Day 1, but it's Maxine that I feel like is going to be the real kicker there. Maxine is going to rock next week. I cannot wait. And your boy is seeing it early. I hate to be so full of myself, but I just got that confirmed on Monday that I will be seeing it literally a day early. So it's nothing crazy. It's not like the Evil Dead Rise thing where I saw that like a month and a half early. No, I'm seeing it a day early, but it's still cool. It's still cool that I'm able to see it a little early. Thankfully, I got into the screener around these periods. So demonetized for swearing once. YouTube is too strict. Yeah, you know, it was a different time though. It was 2019 YouTube, which now they're a lot more lenient on that. Thankfully, they're a lot more lenient on swearing and clips and videos too nowadays. Not so much back in 2018, 2019. It was a tough time to start a YouTube channel, let me tell you. And you know, it's weird. Honestly, if I didn't have all that time during the pandemic, I really don't think this channel would have blew up as much as it did. Like 2020, I was just like, well, I'm stuck at home. I might as well just make YouTube videos. I was in college at the time, and you know, there was like nothing. They were like just online classes and stuff. So, I mean, I was literally just 2 hours a day working on classes, basically. And then the rest of the time was just spent doing YouTube videos. And then I got monetized. It was exciting stuff. So it was a scary time in the world, but we made it happen. The second half of the year is going to rock. Maxine, Longlegs, Trap, Alien Romulus, and fucking Nosferatu. Cannot say how excited I am. Dude, yeah, man. And I mean, on top of that, you know, Terrifier 3, VHS X. What the hell else is coming up? I know there's more because we have a stacked October. Just a lot. I don't know. Just a lot of things I'm really excited for. You hit the big ones though, and I see all of these movies being in my top 10. If I'm being honest, maybe not Trap. Trap, it could be a hit or a miss, but hopefully it's good. I really hope Trap rocks. Have I seen Veronica? Veronica. I feel like I've seen the poster for this. This sounds really familiar. Let me look this up. That's not it. Oh, Veronica? Like the movie from the Wreck guy? I feel like I've seen that. Sounds familiar. I don't know. I'm not 100%. Did I end up seeing The Exorcism? I did not. I heard like actually like Strangers Chapter 1 level of reviews from it, Brian. So I skipped it. Yeah, no, I did not see that one. I will be seeing A Quiet Place Day 1 though. 100% getting a review out tomorrow on that. Really hyped up for it. So that will not be a skip for old Jake, but The Exorcism, I don't know, man. I heard some mixed things. I've gone out of my way to see like weird movies like that and do reviews on them. Like, dude, one time I drove all the way to like almost Cincinnati to see this movie called The Outwaters, and I'm like, oh, you know, I'm gonna do this big review, and like it was a hyped up like Patreon exclusive review. Like no one watched it. Like it was like one of the craziest drives I've ever had to make for a movie too. And I was like, okay, it's a movie that's being really hyped up right now. No one cared. Now everyone was like, what even is that? What's The Outwaters? And I'm like, okay, that's what I get. You know, that's what I get for doing that. So it's crazy. It's crazy stuff. Can't wait for MCU Spider-Man 4. Any news on that? I really haven't been following that. I'm only really doing updates on horror movies nowadays, but I hope that goes good. What do I think is going to happen in Chucky season 4? I don't know. Guy's going to go to space, probably. We need a crazy location because that's the only way that Chucky stays interesting, apparently. Wow, that was passive aggressive. I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. Chucky's going to be, it's going to be the most ridiculous season ever, and it's probably going to be the final season, is what I'm hearing right now. I don't know, man. I don't know. Chucky, apparently the only way it can stay interesting is by making the most ridiculous, insane shit possible. Just give me like a grounded story with Chucky killing people, man. That's all we want. That's all we want. Give us, give us a little bit of silliness. It's child's play after all. We got to be silly, but I mean, oh my God, I used to think Seed of Chucky was too much. I used to say like, man, Seed of Chucky is a step too far in terms of goofiness, right? And honestly, I regret saying that because because now I go back to Seed of Chucky and I'm like, this is nothing compared to the show. This is literally nothing. So I definitely, weirdly enough, even though I'm really not crazy about the show, it has made me appreciate Seed of Chucky a lot more. I will say that because it's like not even close to touching the insanity that is the nonsensical show. But I don't know. I mean, the kills are fun, right? So there's that. But I'm just excited for the movie. Apparently there's a movie in development, a new Chucky movie coming out sometime in the future. Don Mancini is apparently working on it after the show concludes. That's kind of the rumored plan right now, is they're going to do one more season of the show, then a big movie's going to come out. And that's what I'm waiting for. I will do updates on that movie all day. I'm excited for that, but I don't know if Chucky really worked TV-wise. Apparently it worked for a lot of people, though, just not for me. It got 4 seasons. So just waiting for that renewal announcement, which it will likely come. Who from Terrifier would you like to see in Scream 7? Oh, this is a very easy answer for me. Lauren Lavera. I think she would be excellent in a Scream movie as like a side character, for sure. I'm not even really sure what kind of character she would play. I could see her like being a red herring Ghostface, 100%. I think that would be fun. Because, we're talking about the lead final girl from the Terrifier franchise, right? It's like, ooh, that's the scary horror franchise with the evil clown, it's, and then she's representing in the Scream films, I could totally see her being a potential Ghostface or even a red herring in one of these movies. That would be a lot of fun. Paula, great question. Great stuff. Love to see her in that for sure. Do the out of theater reaction for A Quiet Place Day 1. I will. I've been actually meaning to do that a lot more. I did one for the X screening with my buddy Darjan. That was fun. We talked a little bit about our immediate thoughts on the clip that they showed for Maxine. I will do this. I'll try to remember. I always forget because like when I leave the theater after watching a brand new movie, especially one I'm going to review, I usually like I'll write all the notes down about like big bullet points I had about the flick that I want to talk about, and then I usually like write a script based off of that. So I kind of just forget. I'm in work mode the moment I leave a theater, So no, I'll try to do that. I'll try to make that happen. I really don't think I'm going to hate it. I'm going to be honest. Even if I feel like it's a little predictable, I pretty much know what's going to happen in the flick. I still think I'm going to have a good time with it. Looking back at Quiet Place Day 1 and 2, or parts 1 and 2, that Day 1 title is fucking me up. Looking back at those movies though, I'm thinking to myself, man, I absolutely love the tension and suspense here. That never really gets old. And I think that's a big thing that's going to drive the powerhouse that will most likely be this prequel, even if it doesn't really do much for the story. But then again, maybe it does do something for the story for part 3. And we just haven't seen that yet. So I feel like that's going to be my thoughts walking out of the theater. Again, I haven't seen it yet, though. Jake Boss is talking a little bit about the Dexter prequel series. Dude, so I've never watched Dexter. I feel like I would like it because I know the concept. I know, I pretty much know, I know a lot about it. I know a lot about the premise. I think I would really dig it. It's a cop who's also like a murderer who goes after killers who didn't get convicted or like got away or whatever. That sounds awesome. Again, I've never seen a second of this show. I know nothing about it. I'm thinking about watching it. I just saw that it was on Netflix earlier today, and I'm like, I should start watching that. I think I would like that. My girlfriend and I were going through a little phase of watching Criminal Minds all the time, and I'm like, I really like this. I don't know why I don't watch more shows like this. So I should give that a watch. And also, speaking of that prequel series, we know that Patrick Dempsey will have a lead role in it, playing one of the main cops. So I'm really excited to see what ends up going on there. I also, I really hope he's in Scream 7. That it's something that has me worried, if I'm being real. TV shows like that, they film for a very long time, and it's said to be filming until November of this year. And, Scream 7 is said to start filming sometime around September or October. So I'm like, what's up with that, Patrick? You gonna be in that movie or not? What's going on? I honestly, though, if I'm being real, I could see Mark Kincaid not having like the biggest role in Scream 7, like still being there for a bunch of scenes and, investigating the crimes. But I mean, I'm thinking he's not going to be so much of a Dewey, but more so like the cops, like literally like the police presence of the movie. And I think about like how often we see like the other cops in the Scream films. I almost feel like that's how much we're going to see of him in the new movie. I don't know. That's just my guess. But I think he will be there, and we'll get some good moments between him and Sydney, but he's not going to be like, on screen for like 40 minutes in the movie or something. Probably only like, maybe a good 20. So he might be able to get his scenes done in like a week or something like that, week and a half, 2 weeks, and then just go back to Dexter. It was something I was thinking about the other day. I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I feel like that could actually be the case with Scream 7. Because, we're going to have a lot of new characters too. In this flick, we just got rid of like the whole fucking cast. So we got to set up some new characters, right? But I also feel like Mark Kincaid's going to be kind of a new character since we haven't really seen him since Scream 3. I mean, think about Kirby Reed, I feel like we didn't even spend enough time with her in Scream 6. I would have liked to see more of her, if I'm being real, looking back at that flick. So I would like to see it. I would hope to see a lot of Mark, but then again, I don't know if that's going to be the case if he's hella busy, but we'll have to see. Obviously, a script is finished now, but we'll have to see, man. Locke is saying I'm usually super quiet after seeing a new movie. Got to soak it all in, even if I'm super excited. No, I feel that, though, because I don't want to just, like I've gone live after seeing movies before, and I always feel like I don't necessarily have all my thoughts in order. I've talked to a lot of people who do what I do as well, and they're like, oh, dude, I see the movie like 2 or 3 times before I talk about it on the internet. And I'm like, that's cool and all, but it's like, man, you got to get that review out fast. Or like no one's gonna watch it. That's just the game, That's how it works. So it's tough. It's a line I try to draw. So, but I don't know. There's an art to it. There's an art to getting your point across regarding a movie, how you feel about it, and also making it interesting. You can't just talk about a movie. You gotta be fun. My way of doing that is I just bring up fart jokes and talking about poop and shit. Make an analogy that has cum involved with it. People tend to like that. I don't know. 25,000 people subscribed to this page doing that for 5 years. So apparently it works. But anyways, what else do we got going on? Do I play Psycho? I don't know. I've never heard of that. I'm going to be so real. I am looking for more horror games to play though. So if that's what you're talking about. Banned from broadcast? Is that... I have no idea what this is. I don't know. I don't play that. But I'm not 100% sure. Billie Eyelash, William Eyelash as a Ghostface, thoughts? Can she act? Question mark. Not a dig towards Billie. I mean, I love her music, but I don't know. Can she act? Big question mark. Jason Lore is saying, what's more fun in a Scream movie, guessing the who or guessing the why? The why all day. Like the why is way more interesting to me. If it's not, if there's not a good motive, I'm less interested. Like I think Jill's reveal hits harder for me because of the why. And that's a big reason why part 4 is like one of my favorites from the whole franchise. I feel like really if there's like, okay, what's like the 2 best motives of the whole franchise? It's Billy's motive and it's Jill's motive. Like without a doubt in my mind, I don't think anything even comes close in this franchise. Like those are the best. Those are the scariest. Those are the most real to me, at least. And I don't know. I find that the most fascinating. That to me is the most like, holy shit, that's fucked, man. The who, I think most people can guess, right? I think most people can guess who it ends up being, or who it could be. I think by the time you get to the end of a murder mystery, you have at least 2 or 3 people in mind of, okay, it's definitely one of these 3. At least that's how it is for me. Like when I was pretty suspicious of Patrick Dempsey and the 2 boyfriends in Thanksgiving, for instance, and well, you know, two of those characters are red herrings and one of them's the killer. So I feel like the why is way more interesting. When you get to that part, it's like that to me is the reveal. That judges how good a movie is. So the Who was giving Owl. It did kind of sound like that, didn't it? Who? We have an owl in our backyard right now. I'm like dead serious. Like I hear it every night and I'm like, dog, you got to chill the fuck out. I didn't even think we had owls in Ohio. Like I didn't think that was a thing. And I'm hearing whoo, like every night. I'm like, dog, I got the rain sounds on loud, ladies and gentlemen. It's crazy. What do you think of, Jake, do you think Art is hot? Because my friend thinks he is. What are your thoughts? Is your friend okay? I have questions. You know, I have so many questions and I'm very concerned about your friend's mental health. That's the question. There you go. Is this friend okay? Because dear God. oh Lord. Arthur the Clown, Jesus. Locked, thank you for the $5, man. Thank you for supporting the page. I really appreciate that. Saying, seeing Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2 for the first time this weekend. Just want to see some crazy kills from the crazy animals. Happy streaming. Dude, thanks for the 5, man. You will see that. You will definitely see that. I don't you know, that's another movie I don't want to overhype. I gave it an 8 out of 10 because I had a very fun time with it. Is it a masterpiece? Is it a brilliant piece of cinema that years from now will be like, oh my God, this revolutionized the slasher? No. But it is a very fun, campy slasher flick that I had a very good time with, and it's a major step up from the first one, too. If you hated the first movie, you're really going to enjoy the next one. That's what I'll say. I think the sequel is a major step up. I'm seeing a lot of people like just bashing it too. And that's fine. If you didn't like it, that's your opinion. That's all good. Not everyone's going to like this, obviously. Not everyone's going to like every movie. But I feel like some people were pretty harsh on it because, you know, the first one was a punching bag. Let's make the sequel that too. And I feel like we're just going to get that from pretty much everything from Jagged Edge, and I just don't know if that's fair, you know? Like, these are guys who are just trying to make it in the industry, and they're also really fucking cool. Scott Chambers and Reese Frake Waterfield, I can say confidently they're both good friends, and they're super kind to my channel and a bunch of other people out there, and I don't know, I think they're really good dudes. Bashing them makes me sad. I see a lot of people doing it, and it's like, these are really good guys, and they're pretty talented. I really like what they're able to do with their movies, so it makes me sad to see people just laying into them because it's a punching bag. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Again, I know some people are not going to like these films, and that's totally fine, but even the films I don't like, I try to defend the people who created them. Arkasha Stevenson, for instance, who just did The First Omen. Like, although I wasn't crazy about the script, I could tell there was some good direction there. I could tell there was a lot of love and care put into the way that the movie was directed, and there was definitely an artistic style and vision there that I really appreciated. It was fun. And that's kind of the same way I feel about Blood and Honey 2. You know, Blood and Honey 1 had no budget, had basically no money, and they still made a movie, and it was crazy popular. You got to respect that. That's awesome. And it helps horror. You know, at the end of the day, the more horror movies that come out, the more horror movies come out. Like, if a horror movie is successful, that tells the studio, hey, if we make more horror movies, they'll make money. The moment that we stop supporting horror, you know, is the moment that all horror goes away, and that sucks. That would blow. Horror is my favorite genre of movies right now. I think if there's anything out there right now in the realm of film that is really impressive at the moment, it's definitely the horror genre. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I think superheroes have had their day. I'm excited for Superman, that's exciting, but you know, after Endgame, I feel like superheroes pretty much fell off. There has been obviously some major standouts in the 2020s, but I don't know, that kind of came and went. That was exciting when it was there, but now I'm kind of whatever. But I don't know. I really think that horror is in this like kind of another golden age again. Some people will disagree with that, and that's totally fine. There are some stinkers, but there was also some stinkers in the 80s that y'all like to forget about. That's all I'm saying. 2022 is, in my opinion, one of the best years for horror of all time, and I'm so glad to have been doing all of this during that time period. So I'm really excited to see what comes next in this realm, in this little genre. But we'll just have to see. You got to support flicks like this, though, and up-and-coming filmmakers. That's my thoughts behind it. But Locked, thank you for the 5. Enjoy Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. Your boy is picking up the Steelbook at some point. And yes, it will make you come honey. That's my claim to fame these days, so fuck it. I love that movie. Slashing it with Matt. What's up, Matt? How's it going, man? Thanks for the 5. Appreciate you. Great videos as always, Jake. Thank you. I was literally 5 minutes away from the Hollywood premiere of Maxine last night. Dude, LA is amazing. Chinese theater is so cool. Dude, nice, man. That's awesome. Oh my God, I'm jealous as heck, man. It's so cool that they got to premiere that at the TCL, where a part of the movie even takes place. We already saw that in the trailer. Famous Hollywood theater. So that's really cool, man. I'm so glad you got to see that, and you got to see the, probably check out the premiere a little bit. There's a lot of cool shit going on during the premiere. I saw a lot of like banging photos. A lot of cool people were there. I don't know. It looked like a lot of fun. I'm jealous. I hope you're having fun in LA, man, and enjoy. Have a good time. Have a good time, man. I hear LA is crazy expensive though. So don't lose all your money, but have fun. Dude, thanks for the 5, man. Thanks for hanging out in the stream. Have a good time in LA. If you meet any celebrities too, you got to tell me. You got to tell me, because I hear people go to LA, like hang out there for a week. They just go down the strip and they run into celebrities all the time. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's sick. Noah Atkinson really liked Scream 6. Good movie. 8 out of 10. I'd give it an 8 out of 10 too. I like that. Davey Deathray is saying, speaking of... I just read a comment. Yikes. Davey Deathray is saying, speaking of up-and-coming filmmakers, have you heard about the Batman fan film called Gotham Noir? Yes, the Womp Stomp guys are working on this. It's early 1900s Batman with a horror element. We're talking R-rated stuff here. Dude, yeah. Oh, and Chris Stanley. Okay, yeah, cosplayer Chris is playing Bruce Batman. No, I'm actually really excited for this, man. I think I'm like subscribed to like Womp Stomp's like email chain or something. I don't know what it is, but I get excuse me, I get emails from them all the time. And this was in like a most recent one that they kind of were like announcing this. Really exciting stuff, man. No, I'm hyped for it. R-rated Batman is fantastic. I'm very here for that. Batman is very dark, like in some of the better comics, at least the ones that like I've read every Batman comic. There's like a fucking billion of them, but what I have read, I'm like, Batman is great when he's dark. The darkest Batman comics are the good ones in my opinion, and I love it. So I'm very excited to see more stuff in that realm. I feel like, the Matt Reeves Batman too kind of captures that really well, and I'm excited for the sequel to that. I'm excited for this fan film. And by the way, speaking of fan films, we were talking about this earlier. I'm not kidding. There are some insane Batman fan films. Like, there are some Batman fan films that are better than the movies, bro. Like, I can't remember the one in particular, but there's one where it's like Batman goes and like beats the shit out of the Joker. Like, that's basically all that happens. He's trying to get information out of the Joker in Arkham Asylum. And it is like one of the best Batman movies I've ever seen. I think it's like 30 minutes long. Can't remember the name of it for the life of me, but it kicks ass. Great performances. A lot of fun. I don't know. Dark and grimy too, which I like. I like dark and grimy stuff. Film Gamer X, what's up, bro? How's it going? Hope all is well. Thanks, same to you. Playing some Resident Evil on my Switch while watching your stream. Can't wait for Longlegs next month. Which Resident Evil? Like the OGs? Do they have the OG ones on the Switch? I don't even know. I've never played Resident Evil on the Switch. I'm gonna be real, but I hope you're having fun. God, I love the Resident Evil games so much. Dude, and speaking of which, give me that remake of 5 already. Come on now. Give me a better character. What is it? Like the one secondary character if you're playing that single player sucks. But I think they can update 5 and make it so much better. I want a remake of Resident Evil 5 so bad. But anyways, can't wait for Longlegs next month. Dude, I'm dying for it. Longlegs, I don't know. It looks so scary. The trailers are amazing for it. I hope it's not a First Omen situation where I like the trailer more than I like the actual movie, but I don't think it will be. I love Nicolas Cage horror movies, and God, I love Micah Monroe horror movies too. So I think it's going to be a banger, dude. I can't wait for it. We are getting into the good, like this back half of the year here. This is where a lot of the good, highly anticipated horror movies are. So I can't wait, man. It's going to be nothing but good stuff, I think, moving forward. Oh, and the remake. Gotcha. But I love the OG games on Switch. Very nice. Okay. Original remake's fun, dude. Good stuff. Talk to Me or X asks, I like Scream and Ice Cream. That's tough. Probably X. I have revisited X many, many, many times since I saw it in 2022. Talk to Me, I've really only gone back and watched once. I like Talk to Me. Talk to Me is really good. Solid movie. But X is just, it's special, man. It's got the X factor, bro. It's right there in the title. No, I really like X because I think the characters across the board are phenomenal. And like, for me at least, my favorite movies just in general are ones where you have a small cast of characters and all of them are good. Like, that is so important to me when it comes down to like a good horror film or like just an effective movie in general. X has it all, man. It's got like an extremely interesting killer characters that I feel like are very unique. And then it's also got some great protagonists too. Brittany Snow is such a standout in that movie. Like, I don't know, I think she's great. It's one of the better Jenna Ortega performances too, which I like Jenna Ortega. I think she's a good actress. I do think she's a little, there's a lot of movies with her where I'm like, okay, this performance isn't really doing much for me. But Jenna Ortega and X, good stuff. Very good stuff. She's a very poignant character too. She's kind of the reason that RJ decides to peace out, and that kind of kicks off the whole, slasher part of that movie. Some people don't really like X. They say it's too slow. Man, I don't know. I'm constantly engaged. The character work is great. The cinematography is amazing. And that's just the first half of the movie. That's it. That's really the only thing that keeps you engaged. And if you're not really into that, if you're just here for kills, well, I get that too. But I don't know. Everything about that movie works for me. I love it. The characters are great. And the kills are disgusting across the board. The nail in the foot too, I feel like is done really well there. A lot of horror movies are doing that with nails, hang nails sticking out of things, and people are smacking their hands in them. But that one, it's effective there. It's good. I mean, nothing is ever going to top the Hellraiser nail scene. That's the best one to ever do it. A Quiet Place comes close. X, I would say, is maybe third place, but Ready or Not is up there too. But Hellraiser, whew, man, you want to talk about some good tension building right there. Hellraiser does it the best. But I love X. I love Talk to Me. I love them both. But I think I like X just a little more. Characters are great in Talk to Me too. Don't get me wrong. But man, I don't know. X just does it for me. Ethan Kirsch has to still be alive after the events of Scream 6. Why? Why though? Man, I don't know. I'm just not crazy about Ethan. Does anyone else feel sorry for Ethan at the end of 6? Poor dude died with... I don't feel bad for him. He's an incel. Fuck Ethan, bro. I don't feel bad for him at all. He was killing people. He's a murderer, so no. Megan or Cult of Chucky? Probably Megan. Cult of Chucky is a lot of fun. I think I have a good time with Cult of Chucky every single time I watch it. But I think I like Megan just a little more. Megan is a carefully crafted little PG-13 horror movie. And, I think so many of these fail because they're just trying to get the jump scare out, A lot of PG-13 horror flicks, I think, nowadays are just exist so that teenagers can go see them and play on their phones their entire time. At least that's what I've been noticing. Tarot. But I think that Megan has a lot more to say and do than most PG-13 horror flicks, which is why it's special. I think it's one of the better PG-13s from the last couple of years, for sure. Like, without a doubt. Honestly, just off the top of my head, if I had to rank PG-13 horror flicks from the 2020s so far, Megan might be at the top of the list. I'm going to be so real. That is one of the only PG-13 horror movies in recent memory that has really moved the needle for me. And it was a shock. I went into it with low expectations, man. Because, what did I just say, right? A lot of PG-13 horror flicks are designed for TikTok kids. And this movie blew up on TikTok. It's like marketing campaign, super successful marketing campaign. They had a hit on their hands. And on top of that, it has a really good message. It's got a lot of really good characters. It has some hilarious moments. I loved it. I thought it rocked. It rocked for me. Is it a 10 out of 10? No. It's definitely not. It's not scary at all, in my opinion, but it's very funny. It's a great horror comedy. And I gave it like an 8 out of 10. It was a big surprise for me. I really enjoyed Megan. Cult of Chucky, though, is an underrated sequel in the Child's Play franchise. I think it's a lot of fun, even though the ending goes absolutely nowhere in the show, which kind of sucks. But I like Cult of Chucky. It's really fun. I think it does the whole multiple Chucky thing really well, where the show just gets so overcomplicated with it for no reason. Cult of Chucky, it's fun because it's a movie and it's simple. It's not, they don't try to dive into it and make it more than what it is. It's fun. Cult of Chucky's cool. I liked Curse more though. Curse is definitely the one I prefer from those new run of Chucky flicks. But they're both good. Locked is saying I've come around to X a lot. I get it now, as they say. Still prefer Pearl, but Pearl is my favorite horror movie of all time. So that's a gift. No way. That's awesome, dude. This trilogy may demote the new Apes trilogy for me. Nice, man. Okay. Hell yeah, man. I like Pearl. I just don't like, you know, for me, I guess I went into Pearl expecting more of X, and it's definitely not that, right? Like Pearl is its own animal. And I've come to appreciate Pearl a lot more. Like, it's funny. For me, it's like the flip side of it. I liked Pearl when I watched it, but I'm like, okay, that was just kind of American Psycho, but with Mia Goth. And that's great. That's awesome. And I love it. Like, Pearl is great. It's fucking hilarious. But I think what I love about X so much is just, it is scary. It's scary. It's funny. It hits on all facets for me of things I like about horror. Where Pearl, like I said, I don't really find Pearl scary. I don't know. Pearl is a fucking hilarious movie, and it's so uncomfortable, and that's great. I love that kind of horror, but I kind of was hoping for like a scarier moment. I don't know. Nothing about it really strikes me as terrifying. But it is a very enjoyable watch. Great runtime. I think it's only like 80 something minutes, 86 minutes. Good runtime, great stuff. I love it. Really good movie. I don't know. I've always vibed with X just a little more though. I love me my slasher flicks. What can I say? But yeah, Maxine is good, dude. I'm right there with you. I think this is one of the best. This will be one of the best horror trilogies of all time, without a doubt. Eric, Terrifier 3, please talk about it. Dude, I was talking about it the entire beginning of the stream, Eric, but I'll talk about it some more because I love this franchise. I'm trying to think what else I haven't covered about it. Oh, there was a little update today. Damien Leone made a little post saying that there's a scene in this movie where it's basically Scarface meets Psycho. And a lot of people have pointed out something that old Jake missed, so I'll take the L on that one. That there's a scene in Scarface where a certain character gets like just cut the fuck up with the chainsaw. And it's mostly off screen. You see a little bit of blood, nothing crazy, but that's probably most likely what we're getting in Terrifier 3. Now, I actually want to do a whole other video just talking about this because I have so much more to say. Jake, so here's where Jake's brain went. I'll run you through the whole process. I saw that tweet this morning, and immediately what I thought to myself was, oh my God, they're doing like, it's Art the Clown with a machine gun, just like how we saw in Terrifier 2, but in a shower. Because what's the big scene from Scarface? Say hello to my little friend. I thought it was going to be that, but shower sequence. But then, you know, I got some comments today saying like, well, what if it's going to be more of an homage to the chainsaw sequence from Scarface? And I'm like, that makes way more sense. That is much more Art the Clown's vibe. Yeah, to use a chainsaw on people and take his time. Y'all got me with that one. But I want to take this even a step further because here's my thing. Damien Leone is posting about it on Twitter early. He's getting excited about it. This makes me think this could be the scene that he was talking about before that's going to top the bedroom sequence. It's so over the top. It's insane. It's ridiculous. I think this could be it. I think this could be the scene, this shower sequence with a couple likely in the throes of passion, if you catch my drift. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, I don't know. I want to do a whole video talking a little bit about it. So, I'm really hyped. I'm really hyped to hear more about this, and I'm more excited to see it. I can't wait. Terrifier 3, man. Rock and roll. Make it happen. Check out my new video on it today if you want to learn more. What else do we got going on? X is more rewatchable than Pearl for me anyways. I agree. I like Pearl. I really like Pearl. Pearl's an excellent movie, but I definitely rewatched X more. What is your favorite period horror flick, like Woman in Black, The Vivitch, or Pearl? Man, I mean, fuck Pearl and X right now. I'm not even gonna lie. I think The Lighthouse is also great. I'd put that up there. That would be on my top 10. I like The Witch and The Woman in Black, both of those, but those are kind of like one and dones for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever watch The Witch again. It's an excellent horror flick. It is scary as fuck, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd watch it. It's a tough watch because of the dialect. You have to watch it with subtitles because they're basically speaking another language. and it's one thing if you're watching like a foreign film, right? Where it's like with English subtitles because you can read it. The Witch is just like, you kind of got to take your time to really understand what's trying to be expressed. There's a whole monologue in that movie from the little boy that is like unbelievably hard to understand, but it's there. It's all good stuff, and it is a rewarding experience once you really get the full gist of what's going on in that movie. But it took me a few watches before I really liked it. I'm going to be honest. I did not like that flick for a very long time until I really understood everything that was going on in the movie. And it's brilliant. I mean, it is a really brilliant movie, but tough to understand. Yikes. The Lighthouse is a little more accessible. Still talking in dialects and stuff, but a little easier to understand. And it's fucking hilarious, too. The Lighthouse is hilarious, scary, great performances from its two leads. And I don't know, that's always been my favorite from Robert Eggers. But that might change this December with Nosferatu. Very excited for that, too. Oh, and also The Northman is great as well. If you haven't seen The Northman, his most underrated flick by far. No one talks about it. I don't know why. Also a period piece. When I heard about that yesterday, my mind went Art coked out of his mind shooting everyone up. Me too. I'm glad I wasn't the only one, because I was like, man, it's the scene with Tony Montana. It's the shootouts, the final stand. Come on, they're totally gonna do that with Art the Clown. But the chainsaw thing makes way more sense, dude. I mean, it's literally a shower scene in in Scarface. I'm like, my mind didn't even go there. I was like, I wasn't even thinking about that. Funny stuff. Locked is saying my most rewatched horror movie is probably Halloween Kills. No shame, dude. No shame. Great stuff. Trying to think what my most rewatched horror movie is. Probably Evil Dead 2013. There was a time period where I watched that like maybe like 20 times in a year. Like I've been obsessed with Evil Dead 2013. I've been obsessed with that movie for a long time. I think it's fascinating. Davey, dude, I've never seen The Changeling, although like I know the shot from it. Does that make sense? Like there's a shot from this movie that's very popular and infamous that I do know about. I've never actually watched it though. Because I know of other horror movies that have like utilized that shot for other stuff. So I really got to watch this at some point. This is like kind of a cult classic in horror for those who don't know what this flick is. I've been meaning to watch it for sure. RMM Justin is saying, go back to doing the Versus series. I loved that. Listen, if more people watched it, I would do it. I love making them, man. The Versus series was great. Those were so much fun. I am starting a new series, however, called Horror Hot Takes, which is a little easier for me to do, which is why I'm trying to get that off the ground first. And listen, here's what I'll say. If you like the Versus series, watch the Horror Hot Take videos, because if this takes off and I start getting views on these and I can start making these opposed to just updates, which I would love to do, fingers crossed, then I will definitely bring back the Versus series, because that would be great. I would love to make more of those. Those are my favorite. Honestly, the Versus, those are my favorite kind of videos to make on this page. But I just posted the first video for the Horror Hot Takes series on Monday. It's on Megan, which I know not like the most popular horror movie ever, but I thought I'd start with Blumhouse. Kind of, those are typically pretty popular horror movies, but I'll start doing some weirder stuff too with it. I rewatch a horror movie and I give you some takes on it that are hot. And if you're a Freddy tier patron as well, you can suggest which movies I watch. So if you want me to watch something really fucking weird, you can suggest that at the Freddy tier. Pretty crazy stuff. But I posted one on Monday. It's Megan is so much more than a viral TikTok is the title of it. Go check it out. It only has it's only sitting at 750 views right now. Kind of hoping it gets to 1,000. Not gonna lie. Really wanted it to hit 1,000 if I was gonna do more of them. But I'm just gonna commit to it. I'm gonna make a bunch of these movies and try to just start a series on this page, because man, I like doing the updates. They're fun, but I want to have like like Dead Meat's got the kill count. CZ's World's got the horror history, right? Found Flicks, ending explained. I want to have my thing, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to make that happen. And I hope you guys like it too. I've gotten some really positive comments on the Megan video so far. I know like not everyone's watched it, but give it a watch. I think it's a really good video. I put a lot of love into it. It's a fun one too. Again, they're a little more easier to make than the Versus videos. Those take me 3 days to complete. And I just, horror YouTube is a tough thing to break into in the first place. And unfortunately, if you're not posting all the fucking time, you're not getting views. And the last Versus video I did only got like 700 views, unfortunately. And that's just not good enough. I gotta get more views than that, unfortunately, if I'm going to keep a series running. But check that out, and I will definitely do more Versus videos. If I get a series off the ground, I'll make it happen. Velosky is saying, bro, 4 hours and 59 minutes is how long for Terrifier 3? Dude, if Terrifier 3 is 4 hours long, okay, that's where we got to call it quits. this movie's a little long, in my opinion, but I still like it. I still really enjoy it. Even it's like what, 2 hours and 20 minutes. I think this movie never gets boring for me. That's my thing about it. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes of fucking insanity, and that's why I love it. But yeah, dude, Terrifier 3 is not going to be that long. I promise it's not going to be that long. Yikes. Evil Dead 2013 is amazing. One of my all-time favorite horror flicks. So good. The Northman fucking rocks. That's the only Eggers I've seen so far. Don't worry, I'll correct that before Nosferatu. Locked, you are one of the only people who can say that. I'm going to be so real. That's so interesting to me. The visuals, the fucked up nature of it, Eggers gets artsy, and I'm all for it. But it's scary, too. Like you said, like, Northman kind of came off as more of like a drama, like a period piece, revenge flick. But it's got some scary moments too, man. Some great visuals and sound design. The sound design in that movie is, crispy. Some good stuff. The Northman is excellent, arguably his best, but dude, The Lighthouse fucks. It's very good stuff. And if you were wondering if there's any, I'm not going to say that. You know what? There are some things I probably shouldn't say on YouTube, and I'm going to skip that one. SpongeBob slightly ruined the original Nosferatu for me. Well, he is the one, turning the lights on and off, flickering the lights. Nosferatu. That's so funny. I got a comment on that on I did an update on the Nosferatu trailer the other day. And someone said that to me. They were like, dude, I can't believe the guy from SpongeBob is getting his own movie. Or something like that. And I'm like, that's so funny. SpongeBob is great, by the way. I don't care what anyone says. I love it. You just looked it up, and Damien Leone said he's going to try to make Terrifier 3 under 2 hours. Yes. I think in another interview, he actually said it's going to be around 90 minutes, which I think is, honestly, that's a good time for Terrifier 3. I think that, the spectacle of Terrifier 2 is great, and that's awesome. I love that this movie is the length that it is, but we don't need a 3-hour Art the Clown movie. You know what I mean? I'm good with 90 minutes moving forward, but this was fun for what it was. You know what I mean? Don't try to do the same thing, I guess, in the next sequel. And I'm glad that Damien's approach for 3 isn't exactly the same thing. So yeah, no, it's going to probably be around 90 minutes is my guess. Madison is back, and you're waiting for Niall to come on stage. Have a good time. Have so much fun. Tell Niall I say hello. If you meet him, I don't know. I've been so lucky. I've been to so many concerts where I actually got to meet the artist. I don't know if anyone knows this character, but there's a rapper named Felly who I'm a big fan of. I really like his music. His 2022 album is one of my favorite albums from the 2020s so far. I love his music so much. And when I got to see him in Columbus, Ohio, he actually came out after the show and met everybody, and it was awesome. So I don't know. I love meeting people at concerts, and it's really the smaller shows where you get to do that. Probably not, this show, but but sneak backstage if you can, Madison, and have fun. Have fun doing it. Fun shit. What else do we got going on? Dude just picked up Terrifier 2 so casually. What's it always doing by the... Dude, I just got this ready, Locked. I got this ready at all times. Nah, earlier I picked this off the shelf. Ty was asking about what copy I had. And I told him I got the Steelbook. Wouldn't it be cool if I could just pick up any horror movie I was just talking about? 2022's X. Wouldn't that be crazy if I could just pull, movies out of thin air? Possession, Sinister, and Cabin in the Woods all on Blu-ray. Wouldn't that be crazy if I could do that? Oh, you think I'm out of horror movies? Well, what about the, what is this? The One Missed Call DVD. Locked, I can do this all day, buddy. Okay, no, for real though, I have a stack of movies sitting next to me because I'm actually trying to sell these. You might notice the little sticker on this bad boy, DVD $3. We had a yard sale recently, and I just have not put them back. And yes, if you're wondering, One Missed Call, the remake, is not very good, which is why I was trying to sell it. But I do really like this flick. This one's fun. I just watched that one recently. Anyways, I'll stop pulling movies just out of my ass because I just think it's fun. Now I think it's funny. I'm like, I can't stop doing it. Infinite Sky, what's up, bro? Thank you for being a member. Appreciate the heck out of you. Little 2016 dab there. I'm getting old. Dear God. I think the biggest possible hurdle for the 1922, fuck, words are hard. Original Nosferatu is the fact that it's a silent film, not black and white. You think that's a hurdle? I think that makes it scarier, personally. One of the only silent films that I can really get into because, a lot of them, haven't aged as well. I typically prefer faster paced movies. I'm just going to be real. Some slow burns are worth it though, for sure. But this one I can really get into because it's like slow, creepy dread, and that's a big thing about Nosferatu that needs to, I think, stay consistent. I was talking a little bit today about DNA of franchises, and it's something you can't really meddle with too much, right? Like, you know, you always got to have Deadites in Evil Dead. You always got to have a book of the dead open up, and you got to have people say cantations in an Evil Dead movie. You just got to, you have to have it. Without that, what the fuck are we even doing here? With Nosferatu, you got to have that creeping dread, that you know, quiet creepiness about it. You know, if they made a Nosferatu flick with jump scares, I would be disappointed. Even if they were good jump scares, I'd be like, this is not a Nosferatu flick. What the fuck? Robert Eggers is not going to do that, though, of course. But I think that's going to make it, I think that makes it a little creepier, if I'm being real. What I will say, though, is I think I prefer the Werner Herzog version from the 70s over the original flick. I don't know. There's something about it that works for me. Probably the fact that there's dialogue. but I don't know. There's something about that original flick that is scary, that does have a creepiness to it, a unique creepiness, I should say. I'm going to be real. A lot of older films like don't work for me because they are, you know, some of them are very dated. Like dated in a way of like, man, the cinematography is rough. You know what I mean? We had a different outlook on those things back in the 1920s, the 1930s and all that. Like go back and watch a Universal classic monster movie and like watch it analytically. You know what I mean? Like you'll notice like they have all these, like every shot is a wide shot. There was no shot reverse shot back then, you know? You're just like, God damn, what is the cinematography here is so boring. But that's just how it was back then, you know? It's cool stuff though. It's cool stuff. It's funny stuff. Dab was 2015. Oh God. See, that's what I'm getting so old, Locked. I'm getting so old, dude. I'm getting so old I can't even remember these things. One step closer to death. Isn't that fun? La-da-dee, la-da-do. What if the TV series for Halloween was a remake of the movies, including Halloween 3? That would be dope. So I'm hearing, rumor has it, at least, as Adele once said, rumor has it, that the Halloween TV series is going to focus on like a new storyline, like basically, you know, coming off of the events of the original flick. And I know some people hear that and they're like, didn't we just do that in Halloween 2018? Fair. But what I'm hearing about this new one is that it's going to be a period piece set in the late 70s, early 80s, with Michael incarcerated in prison, likely breaking out again. Because, come on, we're going to have Michael killing people. So I think that's likely going to be the case. I honestly, you know, there's not too many rumors I believe, but if they're based on, you know, facts or, you know, some kind of, you know, shit we already know about said thing, then I'm here for it. And with this, the Halloween TV show, really the only thing we know is that they have actually like officially announced, Miramax and, you know, the people behind the show, that they're going to, they are going to do some kind of continuation from the original. So that makes sense to me. That's a natural evolution of that, to do a whole series based on Dr. Loomis overlooking Michael as maybe he breaks out of a maximum security prison. Like that could be really cool. That could be fun. We've seen him break out of fucking the asylum so many times, the sanitariums. I couldn't think of that word. We've seen him we've seen him get out of there so many times. Let's see him break out of a fucking maximum security prison. That could be fun. That could make it different. I also pitched some fun locations that Michael could go to in my video today. That would be fun. And Halloween, you know, Halloween 3 is another thing where, do we continue that? You know, do we do more shit like that? I'm here. Honestly, I'd be here for it. I'd be here for more Season of the Witch content, but make it its own thing, you know? That's what I'm thinking. I don't think we need to involve Michael Myers in those stories. Halloween 3 has always kind of been its own thing for me, at least. Basically, it's just another, like, John Carpenter feeling horror flick. That's how I feel about it, but I love Halloween 3. Halloween 3 is so much fun. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. Nightfall 3D, dude, thank you for the 5. I appreciate it. Saying I decided to stop hating on reboots after learning a number of 80s classics I enjoy were remakes of originals made decades earlier. That is a very good insight, my friend. Yeah, I mean, dude, some of my favorite horror movies of all time are remakes. Evil Dead 2013, The Fly from the 80s, The Thing is a remake and often heralded as a classic film. I would say it's more of a reimagining because it's definitely not the same story as the 50s flick, but it's similar, right? It's based on, you know? That's how I look at it. But yeah, no, that's a very good insight. Because, you know, there are some reboots and remakes that fail. That plenty of them. We've seen them. I think every year there's one of these that doesn't work for us. The Strangers Chapter 1 is one for me recently. where I'm just like, what was the fucking point of this? Y'all missed the point of The Strangers, clearly. But, you know, I think what it is we can't just rope every movie into that. We can't just say, like, every remake sucks, because not every remake misses the point. Some remakes are just putting, you know, someone else's take or spin on thing, and that sometimes makes it better. There are those rare cases. Again, I know some people will disagree with this, but Fede Alvarez's Evil Dead 2013 is right up there with the original Evil Dead for me. Like, I love both of those movies so much. I don't even know which one I like more, because they're both so good. The Evil Dead franchise is impossible for me to rank. Every entry is good. All 5 of those movies rock. And the fact that we have 2 more on the way, nerve-wracking, but also very exciting. So, yeah, man, I mean, that's a very good insight, because, sure, I mean, some of these remakes and reboots, they suck. Did y'all see Pet Sematary Bloodlines? What the fuck? What the fuck happened there, dog? David Duchovny just doing this at people. That's so funny. What was that decision? It's crazy, man. But that's a good insight, man. You got to give every reboot a chance, and give new creatives a chance too. That's a big thing, man. It's a big thing. Nightfall 3D though, thank you for the 5, and that's a very good insight. Very mature insight as well. Very intelligent stuff there. Trayvon King is saying, "Where is the Backrooms movie, Jake?" Dude, that's a great question, Trayvon. That got announced like a couple of years ago, I want to say now, from A24. Was going to be directed by I think at the time, the 17-year-old Kane Pixels, who kind of invented the Backrooms. I'm kind of curious about that Backrooms movie. What's up with that? Oh, that was last year. Okay, that was 2023. Over a year ago, though, in all fairness. Deadline said that it's going to be a full-length horror film adaptation of the Backroom series in the works with 21 Laps, A24, Atomic Monster, yada yada. Dude, I don't know. You know, I hope this isn't a situation like the Slender Man movie, where that movie just had so many fucking problems and then ended up coming out like way after the hype for Slender Man. And then like, I think it still made money, but man, that movie was rough. When did that come out? Oh, that was 2018. Okay. Yeah, way after the Slender Man hype. Oh my God, Joey King starred in that? I forgot about this. Oh, I gotta watch this movie again. I gotta watch this crappy movie again. Dude, Slender Man it's insane. It's so bad. But the Backrooms, I don't know, man. I really hope this comes out soon, because I feel like analog horror is still in, though. Like that is definitely still popular. I mean, look at we were talking about the Outwaters earlier. That's definitely that style for sure. That and Skinamarink are feeding into those subgenres, and those are fairly new. So yeah, we got to get this at some point. I really hope soon. Someone has made a full horror movie of that. I'm looking at YouTube uploads of it. That's crazy. Yeah, no, I would love A24's the A24 produced Backrooms movie. That's awesome. So I'm here for it, man. Good luck to Kane. I hope he kills it with that movie. I don't know, you know, who knows what's going on with it, but I would love to see that soon. The Backrooms videos I've seen are fucking scary, man. I remember that first one was like, whoa, that was good. Speaking of cinematography, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974. Every time I watch it, I'm always loving the good camera work. It's not always perfect, but when it's on, it's so good. It is. I think a big reason that movie is so scary is because of the camera work. Daniel Pearl did an excellent job shooting that movie back in the day, and he brings that same energy to the remake, which I think that's so important. You know, going back to the remake commentary from Nightfall's Super Chat there, I think the reason that so many people love the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake is because it's shot by the same guy. You know, they have the same, like, similar elements from the original placed in this remake, but obviously it is a different take on the same idea, right? I think that's such a big thing when it comes to remakes. You kind of, there's DNA of franchises that you can't miss out on. You know, if you don't fully understand what made an original movie hit so hard with audiences, you're going to fuck up a remake, like all day, every day. You got to put your own spin on it, of course. Like, you can't just make the same movie again. But if you don't understand why something worked so well with audiences, you're gonna miss something. Some audiences aren't gonna be all about it. I mean, I think a big reason why some people don't like the new Evil Dead movies, which I'm on the fence about this. This is an argument that I don't know if I 100% agree with, but some people don't like the new Evil Dead flicks that are trying to be scary again because they don't look like the original Evil Dead. dude, like I'm telling you, if Evil Dead Rise was like 4:3 aspect ratio with the grainy look to it, people would like that movie way more. Like, guarantee it. Same thing with Evil Dead 2013. I promise you people would like those movies more if they were grungier looking. I think 2013's Evil Dead, though, has a grungy look, especially in the color correction. But Evil Dead Rise looks very clean. It's a very clean looking movie, which I think some people don't love about it. It's a dark movie. You know, it's dark. It's got like blue tones and all that, but it is very clean in terms of color grading and effects and all that. But I honestly feel like that's why a lot of people don't like it, because it just doesn't have the same feeling as the original Evil Dead. And I almost feel like Evil Dead Rise is trying to capture more of an Evil Dead 2 feel, too. It's definitely a little goofier, but also has good characters and some scary moments, just like the original Evil Dead 2. But Evil Dead 2 still has that grosser feel, even though it does look a lot cleaner than the first flick. I don't know. It's debatable, right? But I think that's why the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake works so well for people. It's because it's shot by the same guy. Like, that's a big thing. It doesn't look the same, but it feels the same. The camera movements are familiar. They have personality that are the same as the 74 flick. So I don't know. There's something to be said about that, I guess is my point. Has a horror movie ever taken place on a tropical island before? Infinite Sky, one of my all-time favorite horror movies, takes place on a tropical island called Zombie 1979. If you have not seen it, watch it. It is fucking fun. It's one of the most fun horror flicks I've ever seen in my life, and has one of the best soundtracks in a horror flick ever, like without a doubt. And when you watch my short film coming up, whenever that comes out, you might notice some homage. That's all I'm gonna say. But dude, Zombie 1979 rocks. I love the tropical setting for a horror flick. Would love to do I would love to do something like that one day. Be so much fun. It's a juxtaposition, right? Because it's a beautiful setting, but then you have like evil, crazy shit happening. That's what I love so much about Zombie 1979. You're looking at palm trees, but you're watching people get eaten alive. It's like, whoa, this is weird. Juxtaposition in horror really works for me. Good stuff there. What if they made a found footage version of Texas Chainsaw Massacre? We've had this question before. I think it would work. I really do. I think it would work. It just depends on how they do it. You know, I think what makes the original TCM so good is that it really focuses on the horror element. You know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is such a carefully crafted flick because, you know, I love when people are like, man, all these horror movies nowadays, they just focus on commentary. And I'm like, dude, Texas Chainsaw Massacre had a crazy amount of commentary about the time period. You just didn't realize it. It's all there. Like, it's all there. The gas station and all that, and being all run down and shit. Just the characters themselves. There's a lot to be said about that. But point being, found footage Texas Chainsaw Massacre, to make that work would be tough. I think the aesthetic of it works really well with Texas Chainsaw and what works there. But the characters and why they're filming, that would have to be something elaborate, because I've seen too many found footage flicks just be like documentaries or just this and that. They don't have a very good excuse to film. And that sucks. I think that's a big thing with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You'd have to find that why. And it would have to be something pretty strong for me to really get into it, and for fans of the franchise to really fuck with. Be a tough tightrope to balance on. You know what I mean? But it could work. It could work. If there's a will, there's a way. That's why X feels like a spiritual successor to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Texas, the 70s vibes, how much it pulls you into the warm, dirty feel, and the camera work with Ty West really nails it. It's another thing about TCM, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original and the remake. It feels hot. Like, it feels like the temperature in the room raises 5 degrees when that movie plays. The characters are like fucking crazy sweaty. They're, you know, it's gross looking. It feels like what it feels like to be in dry heat. You know what I mean? Watching those movies. So yeah, no, 100%. I agree. I feel that way about the TCM remake. I feel that way about X. It's all good stuff all across the board. That's why you love Midsummer so much, dude. 100%. Juxtaposition in the setting, daytime horror. You know, that doesn't feel right, but when you're secluded like that, anything can happen. You know, it's scary. Even during the day when there's no cops around or anything. Ooh, scary stuff. 100% Infinite Sky. Fede Alvarez should direct Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. He should have directed it. You know, I don't know if that was I mean, yeah, it would have been better. I'm not going to lie. But I don't blame David Blue Garcia. He walked into a bad situation. He walked into a half-made film and tried to finish it. And that's what ended up happening with that flick. So I don't know if I can blame him that much for that movie failing. It's more of just the studio didn't like what was going on and they had to replace the dudes that were working on it originally. So just a tough situation. A complicated situation. Can't really say one side or the other, but yeah, I mean, it probably would have been better. Fede knows what he's fucking doing, man. Alien Romulus is gonna rock. Oh, Henrique, what's up, bro? How's it going? You're back for this live? Dude, I'm just about to sign off. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're here, though, and it makes me very happy to see you. So welcome and hello. I hope you enjoyed the replay. But oh my God, yeah, no, Jake needs to rest. I got to get up at 6 a.m. tomorrow to do stuff because I have so much to do. We are finishing up the short film this week, ladies and gentlemen. It should be done, or at least the rough cut of it should be done this week. So I'm very excited. We're busting our asses on it this week. It's been a lot trying to do the videos and that all at the same time, but waking up hella early to get it done and make it happen. So you probably won't see anything from old Jake until tomorrow night with A Quiet Place Day 1 review. I will be seeing it sometime tomorrow night. I'm very excited for you guys to see a review of that movie on this page soon. I will be live again on Friday, and then I will also be live on Saturday to talk Friday the 13th, part 4. Like I said, please watch that Megan video. I want to make more of those. I want to have a series on this page besides just update videos. It's fun stuff. I like updates, but man, watch the other videos. I'm putting a lot of work into these things to make them happen. So check them out. The next video I'm probably going to do is a Sinister video, then Pearl and X next week. So give those a watch as well. Lots of stuff coming your way on this channel. New gaming video tomorrow morning as well, so make sure to watch that. I just finished that up before the stream, and it'll be posted. I'm so tired. Holy shit, I haven't stopped editing basically all month. It's crazy shit. So yeah, check that out. Watch all the videos. Support the page. Appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with me on a Wednesday night, and I will see you guys again on Friday. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, dudes. Peace out!